Welcome back, everyone. There is a NASCAR Cup Series race at the North Wilkesboro Speedway this weekend. First time in almost 30 years. And there are so many people in this part of the country who grew up going to races there. And that's true of a lot of historic racetracks. WXI 12's Kenny Beck joins us live from North Wilkesboro to tell us more. Hi, Kenny.
Hi there, Christine. We caught up with two of the most accomplished and recognizable drivers in the history of Bowman Gray Stadium in Winston-Salem to ask them what it is about these historic racetracks that makes the fans so loyal, that makes the drivers so loyal, and that forms this lifelong bond. Here's a little bit of what Tim Brown had to tell us.
About 50 miles east of North Wilkesboro Speedway, there's an even shorter racetrack that's just as historic and almost as old. Bowman Gray Stadium hosted its first race in 1949, just 2 years after Wilkesboro opened up. Tim Brown, the winningest driver in Bowman Gray history, has been coming here for a long time.
This place goes back, since I was a little bitty kid right over here playing in the dirt, as my grandpa had cars that raced here. It's a way of life. So it's how special it is to me.
Bowman Gray boasts being NASCAR's first and longest running weekly track. Brown owns the record for career victories and championships in its top series.
Well, the thing that's super important to me and that I cherish is the family that I sat with when I was 15, 16, 17 years old in the grandstands. I remember sitting there one night and telling them, like, hey, I'm gonna do this next year. They're like, what? They're like, yeah, I'm gonna race a modified next year. Like, you're crazy, you're not gonna do that. Those fans still today come and watch me race and will come by once a year and talk about, man, we still remember that night. We thought you were crazy.
Brown is a true rarity in sports. He's been competing at the same venue since 1992. Take away the COVID year in 2020, and this is his 31st season behind the wheel.
Programs, get your programs.
He believes that is a big part of the bond between fans, drivers, and their hometown track.
Other fans that I've had for so long, the wife would come by and be pregnant and I would sign their belly, and now their kids old enough that they're bringing cards and they're grown and driving, and I'm still signing. That's why we do it, right? We do it for the fans. If we didn't pack this place every week, we wouldn't race here, right?
Wilkesboro was Brown's closest Cup Series track growing up, so he's been there many times as a fan and a competitor. He says he understands why NASCAR initially left in the 90s, but is thrilled for fans everywhere that it's finally back.
There's not a racetrack that's going to give you a better show than Wilkesboro and Martinsville, Bristol, Rockingham, Darlington. Like, those old wore-out racetracks put a show on. I'm really glad that NASCAR is now starting to revive some of these tracks and starting to run more road courses and doing things different.
Back live here at North Wilkesboro Speedway, Tim Brown also told me he gives away almost every single trophy that he wins at Bowman Gray Stadium. He told me, look, I would rather make a fan's day and have that be something that they hold on to for a long time and maybe pass down to someone else in their family than to just add one more piece of hardware to my trophy case. Now, ahead in our next half-hour news, we're going to hear from Tim Brown's biggest rival, Burt Myers. He's going to share his thoughts about North Wilkesboro Speedway, the bond with fans, and how his love of Duke basketball when he was a child influences the kind of driver that he is today. Live at North Wilkesboro Speedway, Kenny Beck, WXII 12 News.